Hey Crafty friends, I'm going to be sharing my scrapbook.com gift guide with you today. Hey everyone, it's Joy here and thanks for joining me for this video. Like I mentioned, I'm going to be sharing my scrapbook.com gift guide. It is that time of year we're thinking about buying gifts for other people, even for ourselves. And I'm going to be sharing basics that I love to have in my craft room. I feel like these are must-haves. They are something you probably would use every single day that you're crafting. Some of them, other things maybe not as much, but when you need them, you need them. So this might be something you buy for yourself, for your crafty friend or a family member. Maybe this is a list you give to your husband or boyfriend or whatever to buy for you, because these are things that you might need. So I hope that you're going to enjoy what I'm sharing with you. This is going to be a lot of fun. And again, these are products that I personally love and I personally use. And so I will have everything listed and linked for you guys below down in the description. Some of the links might be a whole page because there's multiple of them and I couldn't share every single one of them, but that gives you the opportunity to kind of choose what maybe you might need or you might want. So let's get going on this fun scrapbook.com gift guide must-haves. But I want to talk about the magic mats and the magnetic mats. And I love these. They do help your other plates to not warp. When you're using a regular magic mat, I mean, you want to flip. Even if you're using the magnetic mat, you want to flip often when you're die cutting. But I love these and they come in different sizes. I don't have all the different sizes. These are the standard sizes right here. This is the magic mat. This is not magnetic. And so you can flip it over. You have two sides. Fantastic. What's fun about this is scrapbook.com is so fun. They will come out with limited time colors. Last year there was a Christmas one. It was red with snowflakes. I have some of those that I didn't even use because I feel like I want to collect them. But they have that. So right now, at the time of filming, they have the pink one. It's just the regular magic matte. And then they have the mint edition, and I love these. I use them right now on my Misty. I do have the, or on my Misty, on my Platinum 6. I do have the mint one right now, but I'm going to keep one because like I said, I kind of want to collect these. So, but they work fantastic, you guys, for die cutting. I love them. So you have your colored one, you have your regular. Then you have your magnetic mat where it's magnet on one side and not on the other. And so you can flip it. And so you can just place your dies down, put your paper on top. Your dies are not sliding anywhere and you can run them through. It is fantastic. Now I mentioned they have different sizes. I don't believe I have all the sizes. But this tip was from Cody over at scrapbook.com and I love it. Most of the time I use this one when I am die cutting, especially when I have a lot of die cuts, like for instance, Spellbinders, when I do their club kits, there is a lot of dies. So I like to lay them out on here. If I really have a lot of dies, then I'll pull the big one out and it just holds all of your dies perfectly. You can lay them out, see all of them. You're not going to lose them, which is really fantastic. So I do like having these bigger sizes. I do not use these for die cutting because I haven't needed to. But I definitely use them, and you probably have seen this one especially, maybe this one, on my videos when I have my dies laid out on here. So thank you, Cody, because that was a fantastic tip. So those are the magnetic mat and the magic mat, and I love them. Okay, I am going to talk about the Grip Mate. There's two sizes of this. The smaller size, I don't know. I don't remember the dimensions on it. This is... Oh, I'm so sorry. My phone is loud. I'm trying to remember what size this is. Oh, 6.5 by 8.5. It fits inside of my Misty. I have one right now in my Misty, so it's nice and sticky. I just clean this with soap and water when it gets just dirty and a little, like right now I have embossing powder on it. I can just go wash that off. It's super easy to wash off and it stays sticky. So a little bit of warm water and some soap. and I'm good to go. And they have a smaller one. It might fit in the small Misty, but don't hold me to that because I don't have that one on hand. So the Grip Mate, I absolutely love this. You can stencil on it. I'm sure if you guys seen some of my videos, you will see that I've done that. You can stick your paper to it, your stencil. When you're done stenciling or even ink blending, whatever it is that you are going to be using that for outside of your Misty, when you're done, you just kind of bend it up to pull off your paper, and it doesn't tear your paper. It doesn't do any of that. So this is one of my favorites for sure. So, and this is newer, and I'm so glad they have it. I love this. Okay, so more basics here, more things I feel like you just need in your craft room. These are their Crafty cleanup cloths. I know you guys see me use these. They've got pink and black. I hope that they'll do like a mint or teal because I love that. But anyways, they come on a roll, and I have a partial roll, but I didn't bring that over for the camera. But you tear them off like a paper towel, and you can wash them. So they are perfect for cleaning up ink, cleaning off your stamps, cleaning off your work surface, all of those things. These are fantastic. They're let's see. They say lint-free, streak-free, multi-purpose, washable and reusable, eco-friendly, quick dry, quick tearaway cloths, super absorbent. So yeah, pretty fantastic. You get a lot of cloths on here, and I just, the ones that sometimes they get really messy, I might clean up some Cloud Whip texture paste or something on them. I'll throw that out because I can, you know, I'll get some more. But I wash them and fold them up and put them in a drawer in my craft room, and I just use them till they just get too funky or crusty. But as far as ink goes, you can just keep washing them, and they are fantastic. So Crafty cleanup cloths, there's 20 sheets per roll. I definitely love having these in my craft room. Okay, let's talk about paper. Scrapbook.com has their mixed media paper, and I love these for so many reasons. These also come in different sizes. They have white and black. They have A2 size. These are the 6 by 8. They have 8.5 by 11 and 12 by 12. So they have all different wonderful sizes. This is a thicker cardstock, which I love. It's smooth paper. I love these for die cutting, ink blending, alcohol ink coloring, mixed media, because it is for mixed media. So any kind of pastes, water, ink, all of those things, it's really fantastic. I love these so much, and I need to get some more, but this is absolutely something that I think is worth having in your craft room. You will use it way more than you think. I always have pads just on my desk because I'm always reaching for these to use them. And again, they have so many different sizes. So this is pretty wonderful to have as a basic in your craft room. Okay, let's talk sort and stack trays. Mine are dusty, or not dusty, has paper crumbs in it from being used. They have different sizes. These are the frosted ones. These are the small. These are the large. They stack inside of each other. You'll see me using these on my videos all the time. I just adore these. So when you're die cutting, let's say you're die cutting multiple images and they have lots of little pieces and you want to keep those pieces together, you can put them in this. You can have quite a few. I mean, I use 2 to 4 at a time. Sometimes, you know, usually 2 to 3, but sometimes 4 depending on my die cuts. And you can just put your die cut pieces that all go together in each one of your little things. You're not going to lose any of your pieces. Then you can just stack these on top of each other, and you can even stack these like that. So you can keep all of your messy pieces so you don't lose them, keep them together, you know what goes with what, and then you have this great stackable container. It doesn't take up a ton of room on your desk, even if you just got the small ones. This is fantastic. So I definitely would recommend these highly for your craft room, desk storage. You could put things in this, store this away, all of your project stuff that you're working on. If you're working on quite a few projects, put them in here and then put it aside if you're working on something else. Like this, these are fantastic, and I absolutely recommend these. And I just brought over some of it. I have so much foam tape from Scrapbook.com. And you guys watching know I use foam tape probably on almost every single one of my cards, and I love to have different sizes of foam tape, and I use the strips more than anything else, and they have 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, and 3 millimeter sizes. And I have that literally, I have a bunch on my desk over here in one of their stadium towers that I have on my desk. I actually have 2 of those for storage because scrapbook.com is known for their storage. So I have that in sitting on my desk as well. But I love this foam adhesive. It sticks so well. And again, the different thicknesses is perfect for just adding great dimension onto your cards. Like this 1 millimeter is very, very thin. Let me pull this over. This is so thin. So if you want just a little bit of dimension, get the 1 millimeter. Then there is the 2 millimeter and 3 millimeter. Let me pull these over for you. These are the ones that are on my desk that I use all the time, so they look like I use them. This is the 2 millimeter, and then this is the 3 millimeter. So lots of different sizes as far as you know, your depth goes, I would say. Then they have it on rolls. They have different thicknesses of this. This is 3 millimeter foam, and this is a 1/4 inch wide up to, I know they at least have 1 inch. Maybe they have one bigger, but don't hold me to that. I think it's just up to 1 inch. This is a 1 inch wide. I'm almost done with this one, but so you can get different widths of this, which is really fantastic for all different types of projects. And they have black and white. So you can get the black in the strips and rolls as well, just like you can get it in the white, which is really fun. Then they have these full sheets, and they have these in 1, 2, and 3 millimeter as well, in black and white. So this is a full A2 size sheet. You could use this to die cut out images if you want the whole thing to be foam and sticky. So this is double-sided. So for instance, you could take a heart die cut it out, peel off the top of the release paper, and then put on some of their shimmer flakes, glitter. It's so beautiful. And you could put that on top, and it is sticky. So then you have that whole heart. Instead of having to add adhesive to it, you're just going to die cut it out of this foam so it has dimension and it's sticky on top. You peel off the back and place it onto your card. So projects like that is really fantastic for stuff like this. Okay, so here is my messy little one of their storage containers, which this will fit on top of as a lid. And it is fantastic. I love it. It holds it. I have 2 small ones and a larger one. And they come with lids, but they're like this size. The big one and then the smaller one fits on top of these, so you can store things that way. So multi-purpose, which is really fantastic. Okay, so for ink blending, I love blending brushes and things like that. But what I've been using lately, and that is really my favorite right now, are the Dome Foam blender tools, especially for ink blending backgrounds, because this holds a lot of ink. I feel like you have to do less work than with a blender brush. A blender brush goes a lot softer, which is perfect if you want something a lot softer. But if you want to get some really good coverage really quick, these foam dome blender tools are fantastic. So they're obviously, they come white and they Velcro off and on onto your little handles, and you can ink blend. You also have seen me use these sponge daubers. I can't say enough about these. And then here's the little case for it. And it just slides over and closes. I love these. I love these. I use these so much. They just stick on your finger. I feel like I have so much control. And of course they're little, which is fantastic for smaller die cuts, medium-sized die cuts, stenciling in smaller areas. You can do like a shadow area compared, and have a lighter area. Or if you have something a bit bigger on that, maybe you can't get that shadow area as nicely. So having something like these are perfect. And again, they are so easy to use, and I love them. I need to get some more because these are for like my oxide inks. I need to get a whole other set for like dye inks. But I love this little container. So if you had multiples of these, they're just going to stack, and it is lovely. So that is my ink blending that are my favorites right now, and I adore these. I'm going to bring in these markers. These are just some of my favorites. So you have their scrapbook.com's shimmer pens. You guys see me use these. They have these in different colors too. Gold, silver, other colors. This is the clear. This is a perfect pen for adding shimmer to images, colored images, die cut images, anything. You can splatter with these, and I love these pens. I actually have, I don't have all of them. I need to get more, but I have them mixed in here. There's also a black shimmer pen, and I just have them on my desk in a little cup. And then we have the white and black luster markers. And these are not shimmery. I use the white a lot for splatter. I will be using this a lot for Christmas splatter. When you splatter, it looks light, but it dries a lot darker, and it's fantastic. Of course, the black is fantastic as well. And yeah, I love these pens. They have a brush tip, so it goes to a very fine point. I actually accidentally have, well, this might be my glitter one, but hold on. Let me grab the other one. I think that's my glitter one. This is the right one. Yeah. So this has the same thing, brush tip. So very fine detail to thicker detail of coloring. Really fantastic. The glitter, the black glitter marker, I have used this on black cardstock. I had used a stars embossing folder, and so then I just took this black glitter marker, and the stars, I went over them a little bit so they stood out different than the black cardstock. So that is really nice for that as well. So fantastic markers. Okay, I'm going to talk about some other basics, and then we're going to get to some products, and then I will show you some projects with some of the other products I'm talking about. Okay, I say all the time how much I love these products right here. So their Pick Pro tool, I have two of them. There is 4 ends. So you have a, I'm going to call it a little pointy end. Then you have your wax tip. And this is the one I use the most. I love this because you can pick things up. You can flip it over like sequence. You can pick up sequence, place it on your card. You can move it over with your pointy end. I did lose my other cap though, because I've lost quite a few things lately. I don't know what the deal is. Then you can get 2 other ends. This is more of a blunt end. Oh, let's see if you guys can see that. And then you have this plastic end, and you have seen me use this end for burnishing rub-on transfers, which is really handy dandy. So I love my Pick Pro tool so much. This is probably my most favorite tool. Then the scissors. These are their titanium scissors, and because I use so much foam adhesive, I use these to cut it, and the foam adhesive does not stick to it. After a while, you might get a tiny bit of buildup, and I use some isopropyl alcohol to wipe it off instantly. But as far as cutting goes, the foam adhesive, it does not stick to it. So I'll just pull out a little piece right here, and it just cuts so nicely. Fantastic scissors. I have a few of these. And my family sometimes wants to use them. My husband's like, but you have another pair. I'm like, no, I don't. I have those pairs are for my craft room. Okay, and then the mint tape. This comes in a bunch of different sizes too. I should have brought those over, but they have down to 1/4 inch. I think this is 4 inches. This is the 1 inch, which fits in their little tape dispenser. And I have this on my desk because I use it all the time. It's a perfect low-tack tape for holding down die cuts and things like that. I love it. I use this a lot of times for masking. So the bigger pieces, you can stamp something on, trim it out, put it over your stamped image to mask it off. It's fantastic. So this is, I would definitely say the mint tape and the different sizes are definitely something to have in your stash. The smaller size, let me go grab that really quick. So here's more sizes that I have. So this is the 1/2 inch mint tape. And we have the 1/4 inch mint tape. And then that is just the regular size mint tape. And then your 4 inch. So these sizes especially, you could put, again, as a masking on your card if you want to do stripes or something, ink blend over it, and then peel it off. It does not tear your paper. If your paper is wet, wait for it to be dry before you put any kind of tape on it, including mint tape, because it can tear it because the paper is wet. But other than that, it does not tear paper, which is really fantastic. So lots of different sizes. Here's that one container that I was showing you. So you can have that lid. So those are definitely a must-have in my craft room. I love that scrapbook.com has an amazing amount of nested dies. And I can't say enough how much I think nested dies are such a craft room must-have, because you're buying one die set that has multiple shapes of that same die. So you can think about how many different types of cards you can make with the different sizes, rather than just one size that you buy and you always have to make something in that size, that frame of that size, if that makes sense. So I'm just pulling out a few. I have a lot of their nested dies and I love them, and they keep coming out with more. And so when I link to this, I think I'll probably just link to the whole nested dies page so you can check that out, because again, there's way more than what I'm just going to be showing you. But I just want to show you that they have different shapes. So like they have the pumpkin here, and you can see the fun different sizes, and of course the stems. This is fantastic. I do have a project coming up on scrapbook.com's YouTube channel here that I used this for some fun cards. So there's that. They have like the nested stitched stamps. So you have these few different sizes. I mean, large all the way down to small, which is really fantastic. You have something beautiful like these nested vintage classic dies. Look at the beautiful shapes. Again, this is not all of them. You would definitely want to check out for yourself because there's tons of them. There is the nested stitched zigzag frames. What a fun outside edge. There is the nested tree dies. I love these, and I'm going to share some projects here in a minute talking about some of these dies that I've used. Of course, the nested peeps. How cute is this for Easter? You have the nested rick-rack rectangles, so you're going to cut out a frame and the inside piece, so you kind of get 2 for 1. Really fantastic. Sorry, these are everywhere. The nested stars dies. They won't stick. I tried, they keep moving. The nested wavy rectangles. So you have large all the way down to small, and some of them you get more because they just fit, which is fantastic. I have used these a lot. The nested tags. Look at how big these tags are. And like nested flag banners. Look at this. Look how large that is. All the way down to that tiny guy. So you can make home decor all the way down to cards or you know, small tags, whatever, with these guys. So I'm going to pull in a few projects just to kind of give you an idea of what you can make. So for instance, the nested flag banners. For my Shark Week card event, I made this fun beach banner. Let me get this on here. And so you can see here that I used 2 different sizes of the nested flag banners on here, and it turned out fabulous. So this is a fun little home decor project, but think about how you could turn this into a card as well. So yeah, fun for those nested flag banners. Here are some fun idea with this. Let me get that out of the way. Then the nested stars. I created some tags. This was last year. I created a few tags for this video on my channel. So you can see that I did 2 different sizes of the nested stars. Let me just find that so we can see what we're looking at. So this one I layered. Here's a cool thing, and you could turn this into a shaker. I die cut a larger star and then took a smaller one inside and die cut it out. So now I've created a frame instead of just a solid piece. So that's another way a nested die would be super awesome in your stash, is like one of the basics that you have, because not only can you create layers, you can create frames, which is fantastic. So I did not create a shaker, but you definitely could. So I created a couple of those. Let's see here. Okay, the Christmas tree. Oh, I have a few things for the Christmas tree nested dies. Let me just pull that one out so we can have a reference, right? So there's the Christmas trees. More recently, I created these little tags. So I was able to take the second largest size, and I created these tags. How cute are these? And I was able to do that just because we have this fun die. Now, let me put that aside over here. Then I have the smaller tree. I created these little tiny, I think this was last year. I created these little tiny little tree ornaments with different colors of patterned paper and just bent it up, but I was able to use that smallest one. And I think I had done the medium size too of this, but I just couldn't find those. And then with that second largest size, I did the same thing again here. Just made a fun little Christmas tree and layered those. So that's fun. Now, as far as a card goes, I was able to take that die and inlay it inside of this card, which I think is really fun. This is I think this is one of their sentiment dies, but you can see you can do tags, decorations, cards with your nested dies. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Okay, I just made this project more recently, and I used the nested stitched stamps, and I wanted to show you. I made 4 cards, and I was able to do 2 different sizes because I had this. I needed 2 different sizes because this Santa was larger, so I used this size of the nested stitched stamps, and then the other images were smaller on my cards, so then I was able to use the next size down. So I wasn't held to a certain size of just one die, and so I was able to create that different look just with one die set, which is really, I like that. I like options like that. Okay, then there is and they have different shapes. The nested wavy rectangles, they have squares and circles and ovals. They might have more shapes than that, but I know they have at least those. I created this card. So this is a perfect example of using the different sizes of the nested wavy rectangles to create these little windows on this card. Just from one die set, I was able to have all of these options to fit. So I like how that turned out. This I'm going to show for 2 reasons. This was the nested octagons, and I made multiples of these last year or the year before, I don't remember, of ornaments. Yeah, I did these as ornaments, and so I was able to have a bigger and a smaller one. So again, you guys get the idea. So pretty. Okay, so with this one, that brings me to one of my favorite things. I just feel like everyone needs to have it, but it's just really a favorite. And a couple of these projects show this. So these bold numbers, that's where these numbers came from. I was able to stamp them. They have the solid stamp, the outline stamp, and the coordinating die. So I love this option. I think having big numbers like this for cards or tags or paper ornaments and things like that is really fantastic to have in your stash. I just think you would use this more than you realize. And they're not overly big, but they are a really good size. And so I love these. I feel like these are absolutely something you should have in your stash. Then there's also the alphabet, which on my banner that I showed you at the beginning, I spelled out the word beach and I just stamped it on. And this comes in 3, so sorry, my stamps are very used. 3 sets because it's the alphabet is split up, and then there is coordinating dies. I did not use those on this, but I did do the stamping with heat embossing, and I was able to spell out the word beach on this decoration because I had this. So I feel like these are absolutely a must-have as a basic in your stash, and I love these. I hope that scrapbook.com never retires them. I will be using those a lot this holiday season. Okay, last final thing. I'm bringing this in because I just think this is so cute. I love so many products from scrapbook.com, and it would take forever if I shared them all. So I was trying to figure out basics. And I feel like this fits because there's a lot of options. So this is the House Treat Box, and they have some add-ons. I have 3, but I think there's 1 or 2 more that I don't have. And it puts together this cute box. So I have a couple examples. So just off of the treat box, I didn't add any of the windows or doors. You don't have to. I created these a year or so ago, and I just created these gorgeous little treat boxes. I used fun patterned paper. I kind of wanted it to look like, you know, you're shopping in the Christmas windows and things like that. I just added some snowflakes and poinsettias, and you don't have to. So I feel like this is absolutely a basic because you can just create these gorgeous little gift boxes that hold small cookies and candies and even a little present you could have in here. And it just opens up, closes, and this is a fantastic basic to have. What I think is really cool about it is, again, there are the add-ons. So here is the Summer Treat Box add-on. I used this for my Shark Week card event. So here is what I made with this. Oh my gosh. You could totally open it on top and put treats in. You could make, if you're having like a summer party, a pool party, or a Shark Week party, if you're someone who likes to watch Shark Week, you could put a place setting for everybody and make little treats. You don't have to go as extravagant as I did, but you could. I used Cloud Whip. And because Cloud Whip, you can color with ink and paint. And so I did that and created this fun scene. Of course, I had to put a shark fin in there because I'm a little bit warped. I put it on some thicker chipboard. And with some other dies that scrapbook.com has, I was able to add some other images. But look at how cute this is. So you can create this just by having the house treat box and an add-on, or the Christmas ones by just having a house treat box. You could do it with Halloween, just some paper, and this is fantastic. Let me show you a couple of the other add-ons that I have not made, and I need to make the Halloween one. This one came out more recently. This is the Halloween treat box add-on. Oh my gosh, cute, cute. I love the windows, the gate, the tree, the spider webs, the crooked window. You have a cat, a bat, a moon. Oh my goodness, a little light. It's cute. And then the other one that I have, again, I think they have at least one more, the spring treat box add-on. This is new as well. So you have a little sign and a fence and flowers and a watering pot and a cute tag and a ladder. I mean, so cute to have in your stash, to have as kind of like a basic. Okay guys, thanks so much for joining me for this video today. I hope you found something that you feel like you might need to have in your craft room. I hope it helps you to understand some of these products and maybe what they're used for if you haven't seen them before, but definitely something that is, again, great basics to have in your craft room. So thanks again for joining me, and if you liked my videos, please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos, thumbs up, and comment if you like. I do love to chat with you guys. So thanks again. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday season. Merry Christmas, Happy Halloween, all of those fun things. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll be back soon with other card making videos.